In the span of a few months, Dogecoin went from being a joke to a $90 billion digital asset at the height of its price and popularity. However, it experienced a heavy crash soon after and hasn't been able to bounce back since then. Despite all this, there still was optimism among the Doge community until recently, when experts claim that Dogecoin has reached its peak and is proving that hype doesn't last forever. But is it truly the case? Isn't it about time Dogecoin got another major boost? Well, indeed it is. That is because contrary to skeptics who believe crypto is only a passing fad, crypto has gained widespread support. Yes, as per the reports from recent days, there is a growing number of governments trying to regulate cryptocurrencies. Just recently, El Salvador became the first country in the world to make Bitcoin legal tender. The country's president, Nayib Bukele, believes that legalizing Bitcoin would spur investment in the country and help the roughly 70% of Salvadorians who don't have access to traditional financial services. He says, "We must break with the paradigms of the past. El Salvador has the right to advance toward the first world." And it did, in fact, become the first country to advance by accepting Bitcoin as an official form of payment alongside US dollars. Following El Salvador's move, Ukraine, Cuba, and Germany have also made strikes, and Panama could soon be the next country on this list, as it's currently considering a draft law. But how does any of this help Dogecoin? Because after all, it is all about Bitcoin. So here's how. If you've been following the crypto market, you might have noticed by now that every time Bitcoin's price goes down, alternative cryptocurrency prices, aka altcoins, follow. The opposite is equally true. When the price of Bitcoin rallies, you can expect altcoins to go up in price shortly after. But why does this happen? What makes Bitcoin so important that the entire industry follows it so closely? Now, no matter what anyone says, Bitcoin was the coin that put cryptocurrencies into the mainstream. It paved the way for the entire industry. And because of its pioneering status, investors often consider Bitcoin as the reserve currency of the cryptocurrency market, similar to the USD in the global stock markets. So, having been accepted as an official form of payment alongside the world's currency, the US dollar, Bitcoin has proved that it is no laughing matter. And that applies to all cryptocurrencies, including Dogecoin. But while this may appear to benefit just crypto traders, it also benefits regular people. Legalizing crypto causes a massive stir in the global financial industry and bring the competition to a whole new level, which is a great benefit for us, the people. Why? Because every institution and every payment method will search for ways to offer better services to the people so that they can edge over the rest of the competition and come out on top. That means that the services will constantly improve, and that's something that is welcome, considering the fact that crypto, or Bitcoin in particular, is far superior compared to regular methods. They would have a lot of catching up to do. Take, for instance, online payments. Crypto has quite a few advantages when used as a payment method. One of them is the fact that it provides users with instant online transactions, and that is not the case with regular payment methods. Since banks process the funds, it may take up to 7 business days before the funds are actually transferred. While you may be able to send the money instantly, it takes some time before the transaction is completed. With crypto, that's not the case. Considering the fact that we live in an era where the number of online payments has increased, and it is likely for the future to consist of this type of payment only, being efficient in this field is really a massive benefit. And, well, that's exactly what crypto will provide you with. But above everything else, crypto tackles one critical factor: inflation. For the past decade, inflation has averaged under 2% a year for the typical American, but suddenly inflation is rising much faster. In fact, the latest government data showed prices rose 5% between May 2020 and May 2021. This has definitely triggered fears that the economy is overheating. As a result, investors are currently looking for assets that can provide a hedge against rising prices and the destructive impact of inflation. People seem to believe that gold will remain a popular inflation protection alternative in the future. But this time, gold will not be the only safe haven from the storm. In the inflationary period to come, we can, however, expect Bitcoin to truly earn its moniker as digital gold. Bitcoin is the oldest crypto asset, and believe it or not, the mechanics of how Bitcoins are generated and how scarcity is emerging have extremely large similarities with gold. With gold, excavators and equipment are required to dig gold nuggets out of a gold mine. And with Bitcoin, mining hardware and electricity are needed to generate new Bitcoins. Well, as other experts have put it, Bitcoin has the potential to become a store of value. This means Bitcoin is not yet a store of value, but has the potential to become one. The key difference between gold and Bitcoin is that billions of people on our planet know for thousands of years that gold is something valuable. In other words, the knowledge about gold being valuable has been fully diffused. The result is a market capitalization fluctuating around USD 11 trillion. With Bitcoin, it's different. Bitcoin has an age of little more than 12 years, and we can expect that only a small fraction of a population knows the conceptual underpinnings. Once the knowledge about Bitcoin diffuses, which is a lengthy process, it is reasonable to argue that there is quite some upside potential. Gold has found its target bandwidth of having a market capitalization of over USD 11 trillion. Over the course of months, it fluctuates around this value. Bitcoin shows large volatility and currently has a market capitalization of USD 861 billion. The key question, therefore, is, with increasing diffusion, what will be the target bandwidth for its market capitalization in the next years? Well, luckily, regulation in many countries is positive. It just became even more evident when countries began adopting laws to legalize and regulate cryptocurrencies. Governments around the world have allowed their citizens and companies to work with Bitcoin and many other cryptocurrencies, including Dogecoin. The regulations put in place are not made such that crypto assets should be prohibited with it. Rather, they provide a solid legal foundation based on which individuals, companies, and financial organizations such as asset managers and professional investors can see both legal certainty and investor protection arising. With this, the days are over when fears were justified that crypto could entirely be forbidden. Rather, the legal foundation of positive regulation in many countries could be the basis for investors to invest once knowledge about crypto assets diffuses further. And given Dogecoin's popularity, it would be the first in line to reap the benefits. It could take a few months or even years, but it eventually will happen. So what are your thoughts on the latest wave of news about countries legalizing cryptocurrency? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. Also, if you found our video informative, do like it and share it with your friends. Till next time, stay tuned and subscribe to our channel for all new updates coming up.